What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for episode 23 of our Madden 23 Carolina Panthers franchise mode. You're like, why are we starting right here? Well, I just recorded a whole episode, got an early start to my day. Of course, can't have nice things. We played a game against the undefeated Minnesota Vikings. It was honestly, no clickbait, probably the best gameplay for year 2 so far to date. And literally, for some reason, my audio for the whole video was like this. What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for episode 23 of our Madden. I still have all the gameplay recorded, it's just the audio is absolutely shot. So what I am going to do is kind of condense some highlights from that game so you guys can still see how everything kind of played out, because there was a pretty big event that happened during that game. But I'll try to keep it as condensed as possible, because obviously the audio is just completely shot. And then we will get into another gameplay here. So a little bit of a doubleheader for our Carolina Panthers series.
Look, Carolina in my city, I'ma kick it in Wakanda, wear a panther on my chest, badge your honor. Hitting 150 on the dash, burns rubber when you pass, in a swim move, get us to Bahamas. How they gon' talk like a MC, seeing me, I see him, hit a side step and I'm a goner. 1, 2, 3 quarters down, let the C4 sound, cause the chip coming back to Carolina. And they be like, calling it a fluke, when we went to 50, we back now. Kuechly only...
So this was a game that it started out very hot for the defense. Brian Burns was simply ridiculous, was completely overmatching Brian O'Neill all day, and really the opening drive just was sack city. You know, we got a field goal, Brian Burns X Factor enabled, really popped off. It was one of our best pass rushing performances, but our offense was 3 and outs, and eventually Minnesota was able to strike first with the first touchdown of the game. Justin Jefferson, there's only so much you can do to contain him, and Matt Corral continued to struggle. Fumble, luckily we were able to recover it, then throws a pretty bad interception to Eric Kendricks, who, again, very talented playmaker. Not like we got, you know, some scrub, just no one on the team falling, tackling ghost, and that turns into the pick six. And then literally the next drive, Matt Corral trying to force it. Actually, not a terrible throw, but he got hit as he was throwing, and it turned into another interception that most likely should have been a pick six. And I was like, all right, man, this game's getting very one-sided. Another sack, fumble, another turnover for Matt Corral. We had to make the call, go with the veteran, go with the legend, Cam Newton. And while they were able to punch in after we made the change too little too late, we were able, with Cam Newton on the offensive side of the ball, he inspired everyone, had a Keith Taylor effect, a massive run by CMC, a touchdown to Tommy Tremble. Simple throw, wasn't like he was making S-tier throws. He's a 62 overall. But with the defense getting hot, getting inspired, Brian Burns crushing it, everybody, especially CMC, very happy that Cam Newton was back. This was a game that Brian Burns and the returning Cam Newton and CMC, that's kind of the combination. We weren't going to lose, man. And it was one of the best comebacks that we've had in this series. JC Horn gets a pick, because that's what he does. His 5th pick of the year. We kick a field goal in the 4th quarter, and we're able to win the game. Let's take a look at the box score stats from this game, where, you know, complete opposite ends on the spectrum here for our quarterback play. Cam Newton was very good, very calm under pressure, rolled back the clock a little bit, did not play like a 62 overall. Matt Corral, even though he has the quarterback of the future tag, there's some doubts about that, and we got a decision we have to make. Christian McCaffrey was outstanding here today, relied on him, 170 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. He also was our leading receiver as far as receptions, 7 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Tremble had a touchdown. DJ Moore continues to be our go-to target. Defensively, well, you know, if I was able to salvage more of the footage from our training before that game against the Vikings, both Derek Brown and Roquan Smith picked up injuries. So it was relying on Shaq Thompson, had to step up. Another player had to step up, which I'll show you in just one second. But, you know, we got the interception for JC Horn, which is great. His 5th interception of the year. Game ball goes to Brian Burns. He was unblockable. Once that X Factor got triggered, he was S-tier. 9 tackles, 4 TFLs, 5.5 sacks, and really one of those sacks got kind of robbed. He should have had 6. We should have been putting up historic numbers. His name should be in a record book somewhere, but still an outstanding game. 2 sacks, Dante Jackson. Gross Matos with a sack and a half. And a game that had a lot of kicks, man. Full credit to Zane Gonzalez. Hit a 60-yard field goal, went 4-4 on his kicks. It was very, very important for us that we were able to get that victory, especially over at the time. That was an undefeated Vikings team. They were 4-0. We are now 4-1, and we actually get a great game here to play. Week 6 on the road against the Bucs. 4-1, 4-1. Get to figure out who the best team is in the NFC South. Weekly award winner, clearly, Brian Burns absolutely crushed it. I actually looked through all the previous weeks. I don't even think there's an argument that can be made. Brian Burns has had the single best defensive performance out of any game this year. J.C. Horn back-to-back weeks. Aaron Donald had 4 sacks one week. That's still a little bit short. So, yeah, Brian Burns absolutely crushed it. But as it relates to our squad, couple changes on the offense. I think it's not really a quarterback controversy. Matt Corral had a relatively short leash, and he's struggling right now. And Cam Newton came in, did the damn thing. So this is not closing the book on Matt Corral. It's more so like, all right, maybe he's not ready. Maybe he needs to sit on the bench a little bit more, get a little bit more seasoning. And Cam looked pretty good. Is he going to have a Keith Taylor effect on the offense where, like, not a great player? I mean, he's still decently athletic, but as far as, noodle arm, he's washed as a quarterback. Maybe not. Maybe he elevates everybody, and he's the answer for us this season at quarterback. So I'm at least going to go into this Buccaneers matchup with Cam as our starter. But on the defensive side, with that Roquan injury, we made a decision. I was going through the comments with Keith Taylor starting at free safety. What do we do with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson? He's kind of looking like a free agency bust, which sucked because we didn't have a whole lot of money. Made a pretty big gamble bringing him in. I moved him to linebacker. He started at linebacker because of the Roquan Smith injury, and he was actually very good. Very fun to user. So we now have a real, unfortunately kind of means Brandon Smith got to chill a little bit. It also means Shaq Thompson might not be as featured as much because I'm going to go Roquan and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson as our 2 linebackers in nickel. But I'm very happy. I think it's the best for the team because obviously Keith Taylor, what he brings to the defensive side of the football is very important for him to get reps. So that kind of, in closing from the first episode, just kind of salvaging where we're at, we had a trade that I want to talk about, which I suppose right now, leave your comments. I'm not going to do anything right yet. We're not really at the trade deadline. A trade that we could talk about at the very bottom. I also spent some staff points. We had like 50 some. So what we did when handling our business, well, that is said, we spent 40 of our 54 on 2 after-school tutoring. So we have 2 additional players that get that extra little XP boost every single week. And I would love to get your guys' feedback on, like, do we have, the exact role of guys right now? So we had Lindsey, we had Ekwonu, and Suttle were our 3 originally. I decided, why not? We'll throw Keith Taylor in here. He's a guy who loves practicing, gets the guys going with his montages. And then I went Laviska Shenault, just because he's not really been our top target right now. It's DJ Moore. So this might be our only season with him as a superstar. So I want to try to maximize that dev trait and get him as much XP as humanly possible. Now, I know he's set to be a free agent. We'll have to make a decision there. But if you think there should be a different set of players, different guys getting that extra training, let me know. Lastly, as it relates to the roster and stuff that we talked about the last episode, I threw Xavier Woods. He's 28 years old, 79, is a legitimate upgrade for a lot of teams. Threw him on the trade block. Only offer we got was Leo Chenal. So if you are watching Pink Slips, you know Chenal is an absolute monster. But our linebackers now, especially now that we moved Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to a linebacker spot, our linebackers are pretty good. So I went in and just like, well, let's trade Finder. And when we trade Finder for Xavier Woods, got a couple interesting offers to say the least. Ebner from the Bears trying to pull on Matt Rule's Baylor bias. Got Karras at center, Tim Settle, Matt Paradis, Anthony Harris, Taki. Needs to be said, needs to be shown. And this needs to be knowledge for you guys to discuss. That's all I'm gonna say. Because but if you think it's Quez stuff, hit the brakes on the Quez stuff. Hey, by all means, this is we have an open discussion is here. This is something the game is offering me. It's out there. Bird, we don't really need safety. Sammy Watkins, got Jack Jones, who's kind of sucks this game, but he's crushing it in real life for the Patriots. Brandon Parker, got some veterans. Nick Boyle, could move him to fullback, even though I like Ian Thomas at fullback. Jermaine Carter Jr., former Panther, that was really good for us a couple Maddens ago. But as it relates, if we do want to move Xavier Woods, and I mean, he's still playing meaningful snaps in that last game. You guys didn't get to see it, but he made like a nice 4th down tackle for us late in the game. But if we do want to move him, if we do want to kind of move pieces around in the secondary there, this exists. Feel free to discuss. Did also do a deep dive of the college prospects. That was about 8 minutes. I'll never have back again. But I mean, cliff notes of that, because we still don't have a whole lot of information on these guys. It's not like, you know, I have a bunch of diamonds to show you right now, but we are prioritizing the quarterbacks, and there are 6 draftable quarterbacks that at least should be on our radar right away as it relates to scouting. We have Younger, Hughes, and Peters, kind of, you know, your prototypical 6'5", bigger quarterbacks, but none of those stats really look great right out the bat. It's really the top 3 quarterbacks, and it's what are we going to be looking for? And that, especially if we're moving on to Cam Newton, you really do have to kind of hone in on the quarterbacks here. We have Gary Foote from Kentucky. He's projected to go top 5. B accuracy, short, medium. A throw under pressure. And he does have the parameters down there at throw power to have potentially elite throw power once he gets scouted. And that's definitely something you want to look for. I think for my play style, we can't really have a noodle arm guy under center. We have Joel North, Peter North's son. This guy just throws ropes. He has A medium accuracy, but unfortunately his throw power is just solid to good. So like you're talking with a guy, like that's probably what, 85, 86 throw power type bubble. Can we work with that? I mean, we do throw a lot of short passes. Maybe it, you know, he's just super accurate, man. This guy does not miss. Hit dudes right where they need to get hit. So, I mean, consider that for sure. And I think definitely the best is the top guy here. Shane Drew out of South Alabama. B medium accuracy, but as again, when you look down into the throw power, has that ceiling of potentially pulling an elite grade for his throw power. I definitely think if we're going to be burning a pick, if we're going to have to move up for a quarterback, I'm definitely not going to move up for a quarterback that has a massive development to go as it relates to throw power. Because throw power is not necessarily something that you commonly get as your quarterback develops. Like, you're lucky over the lifespan of a quarterback, you might get +3, +4 throw power in like a 2, 3, 4-year period. And if you're starting with no, and I'm just guessing here, it could be a little bit better, but you start with like 85 throw power. If like his ceiling for throw power is like 89, 90, versus getting like a Shane Drew or a Gary Foote who might be popping with 92, 93, 94, 95 throw power at the gate, definitely something we need to consider as far as who's going to be our quarterback we go with, if that's where we decide to do in the draft. Okay, all eyes now on Bucs Week. First up, the forecast, it's going to be heavily raining. I'm sure that doesn't mean there's going to be a bunch of crazy fumbles. If it's heavily raining, who's Tomps? Who the fuck is Tomps? How come Tomps is everybody here? We're going to run the ball clearly. We're going to make sure we don't fumble it. We're going to try to rack up 150-plus rushing yards. We have Cam Newton now under center, so that should be attainable. But who's Tomps? Is our team standing for Tomps? It's a rivalry matchup against the Bucs. Battle of 4-1s. Going up against Mike Evans. You know what? Honestly, I'm going to talk trash about Mike Evans. If this is something that I could do, debate whoever the quarterback is on Tampa to test J.C. Horn. I don't care if it's Mike Evans. J.C. Horn, I trust that guy against anybody right now. Let's see who their quarterback is. Just out of curiosity. Do they still have old man Brady, or have they made the... I mean, I sneak peeked into like the weekly prep, and they do have a hidden dev rookie quarterback, but did they get rid of Brady? They got Teddy Bridgewater. They got Sam Barnes. This is the guy that I was kind of... I don't know why you're playing Teddy. I mean, obviously you're going with a slow burn here. My God, is this guy available for trade? I'll take him. 92 throw power, 88 speed, 89 acceleration. He's not getting any play time. By all means, come on over here. But how we're going to attack the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're 4-1. They're a very good team. They have caused us problems in games past. Did we beat them last year? I think we might have split the series 1-1 in year 1. But they like to throw the ball short, so let's prioritize that. It's going to be a rainy game, so they're going to try to get the ball out quickly, especially after the game Brian Burns had. And they're not particularly good at stopping the short pass. But with the rain, with the weather, with our goal, we almost have to just... Actually, you know what? We'll go throw it short to give the boost there, because I think we're going to be able to run the ball anyways. That's the strength of our team. I don't know how much additional boost we need, even though they are the number 2 rushing defense in the NFL. Let's get through practice. Hopefully we have a full-strength team. Last week we missed out on Derek Brown and Roquan Smith, 2 guys you absolutely can't really replace. Xavier Woods is hurt. Jeremy Chin is hurt. So... I think we move Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back to safety this week, and it's going to be him and Keith Taylor on the back end. I think that's probably our best course of action. Just act like nothing really happened for linebacker. Then when everyone's healthy, we can move Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back to a linebacker spot. The offense is healthy. Let's go get it. So moving Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back to strong safety. He goes up to an 85. Who'd have thought he would be like our Keith Taylor? If there's an injury, we're going to move him around. At least we get that versatility with him, honestly. there's ever an injury to linebacker, like that's where I think I want to play him now as his main spot. But really, any DB spot, corner, safety, we could probably get by moving Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to whatever spot we need him to fill in. So the versatility is very nice to have. Got some nice upgrades ahead of our matchup. Ike Ekwonu at left tackle. He's been outstanding. We got the upgrade there to get him up to an 82 overall. Pass block power, straight up run block power, and run blocking. We will take that, especially for a week that we're going to have to rely on the run. Franklin Lindsay. Oh, Frank. I don't hate the idea. He's close enough for the scheme fit. Let's go speed rusher. Usually one of my favorite moves, get the +1 strength, which is good. +2 finesse boot, +1 block set, and the play rec. Might be able, in the next episode or so, to figure out what that dev is going to be. We'll go Dante Jackson. The slot gets 2 overall. That is huge. Awareness, +3 man, +1 zone. That is a fantastic upgrade. Now it is time to bring it to the Bucs and get to 5-1 and take sole control of the NFC South. Let's go, Cam. Prove that you're the guy. Proof that you could be comeback player of the year, one of the greatest stories in NFL history. #1 run defense, my ass. I got popped. Well, let's see what Cam got in the arm. Could be tough to throw the ball 3rd and long. Definitely not a down and distance we want to be with the rain like this. I think this is going to be a game weather-wise. I don't know how overcritical I'm going to be of Cam Newton. This is going to be a tough game, man. Just watch this between the Jags and Eagles in real life. Torrential downpour, fumbles, and nonsense going to happen. Only thing we can hope for is that it goes both ways and we get some good bounces like that. Oh. No, what the fuck was that? It's a lot of speed, man. That's a lot of speed at quarterback. Sam Barnes just didn't set the edge. All right. Good start. Good start. Let's get back to running the football a lot. Okay, again, 3rd and long against the Bucs, who are already an outstanding defense. 3rd and long in the rain. It's not really what you want. Man, just tough starting field position here. Hey, Carlton Davis picked up an injury. There's a starting corner. I mean, maybe try slants. Get this out quick. Don't pull a Arlovsky. Oh, that's close. Oh, that's tempting, given how the game. But we're only down 1. We're playing okay defense. Guess we gotta punt it. What's the shit out of this guy? Come on. It's gonna be us versus them. Damn it. Guy's not playing like a rookie. At least we got Brian Burns back. Tough matchup here against Tristan Wirfs. Maybe the 2nd best right tackle in the NFL after Lane Johnson. Fuck! Can we also work on, like, letting Cam Newton try to complete it? I think we might actually add something there. And I don't think, like, we've had a pass yet that's been not someone's hitting our quarterback or it's a sack. All right. Okay, Chat Surratt. The Tar Heel legend. Getting an opportunity here today. Made a couple plays. Is he a Tar Heel legend? Probably not. But he's probably one of the best defensive players I've had in a minute. And he just surprisingly can't hang with Chris Godwin. Bend don't break. I mean, they still could get a 1st down here, which would be annoying. But let's just protect the end zone as best we can. Nothing you can do about that one. I mean, we were due. We were due for an ass kicking, and it looks like we're getting in here today. 3rd and 10, able to go to CMC. I mean, it's SOS time. We need a miracle. We're going to have to, this has to be a touchdown drive, I think. Let's go CMC. Let's go, baby! Christian McCaffrey, who's been inspired with Cam Newton under center. His best friend is back. And we got something there. At least something we can build off of offensively. I mean, let's hope he fumbles it. Like, can we get like a Trey Lance-esque performance? This guy is a freak. Like, seeing what this guy can do makes you think, like, man, what are you doing with Matt Corral? What's up on Mike Evans here? We just got to bank that there's going to be a fumble here. It's raining. He's a rookie quarterback. He definitely has, like, what, 50, 60 carrying. I hate this shit, man. This is like how actual people have to deal with scrambling quarterbacks. Like, I want to just sit back in coverage. And this guy out here is just slinging it. And if he doesn't sling it, he takes off and runs it. And just wide open, of course. If I didn't have to go pick up my kid and be a goddamn father or two, we all know. It'd be time for a healthy bowl of your vitamins and salads. One of them games. I don't know. There's nothing. It's one of them days. One of them games, man. Wish this was the one that was all fucked up for audio.
Mine.
Take that. We'll take that. S tier. S tier pick. Well, you got your doubleheader. This fucking Barnes guy's Johnny Manziel, if he was actually good. Again, the rain was so bad, I'm not going to really hold this game as a negative Cam Newton game. He'll be our starter next week, but massive questions over who's the quarterback of the Panthers. CMC's really the only guy that can hold his head up high here today. 90 yards rushing, had a rushing touchdown, also had 62 yards through the air, 70 yards for DJ Moore. On the defensive side of the ball, 12 tackles, 3 TFLs, and a sack for Chaz Surratt. So that's, good depth. I'm glad we could show off our linebacker there. 12 tackles and a sack for Roquan, 5 tackles, Keith Taylor. Got the ridiculous interception, highlight reel play by C.J. Henderson, but all in all, just an F- type performance from the Panthers. Hey, you gotta do the media. You gotta talk about, all right, we got negative run blocking for the Rams game at home. We also, what kind of negative are we gonna get off of this one? Kind of talking shit about Mike Evans. Team hates it. Team hates. I hate it. All right, so it was an impromptu doubleheader. I wish it was inverse. I wish I could be like, the 56-10 loss didn't make it. Bad audio, but we had that Vikings game. But, is what it is. You can only do what you can deal with. And we're 4-2. We're still good. Probably the best 4-2 team without a quarterback. The best 85 overall offense with a 62 overall quarterback that I've ever seen. Like, what do we have here? I'm just going to end this. I need you guys definitely to discuss what we saw with the Xavier Woods trade offers, right? But, just throwing this out there, just out of genuine curiosity, what other options do we have at quarterback? No, right? Dan, you got Minshew mania. Tyler Huntley could be interesting. Jordan Love, Sam Howell to bring the UNC. But then again, you're getting into the territory. Like, once you get down here, it's like, what's the difference between these guys and Matt Corral? Malik Willis is here. Could be fun. Kellen Mond, Bailey Zappi. Those are the guys that are available for trade. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot as far as free agency is concerned. I think Cam would have been like, you know, really one of the best free agents that was available. Let's just see. And again, curiosity. Andy Dalton, Tyrod Taylor, Nick Foles. The boat, Blake Bortles, actually just retired. Maybe we can convince him to come out of retirement if that's something. Geno, who's absolutely crushing it right now for Seattle. Is that what we need? Cooper Rush, crushing it right now. Looks better than Dak for the Dallas Cowboys. Not really, but I just had to say that. It's looking bleak, though. Bleak options for quarterback. And I think just it comes down to, like, there's different options in the Matt Corral area code. But I almost feel like we made our bed with Matt Corral, Cam Newton as our two quarterbacks going into the season. Now we got to lay in it. Potential. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. That will do it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if we can crush the 1,000-like goal on all Carolina Panther uploads, this is, in my biased opinion, the best Madden 23 franchise mode on the YouTubes. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Hit the like button so it helps out the YouTube robots to help my channel in turn. If it is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys back here on the next one. Till next time, it's C4 saying peace out. Love ya. Have a good one.